My name is Elia Perez. I am the manager of Nurse Navigator Operations and Training here at Ostro.
My name is Matt Badan. I'm the compliance director and in-house attorney for Ostro Health. We're a pharmaceutical technology vendor.
My name is Kim Gonzalez. I'm the vice president of the Nurse Navigator programs here at Ostro Health. I've been here 3 years, and prior to that, I've been in the life sciences for multiple different pharmaceutical companies.
I think the first word that comes to mind when I think about Happitu is just really like streamlining. It's streamlined our daily operations. It's ensuring consistency in how we handle the consumer interactions. And as a result, our team is more confident, more efficient, and better equipped to provide high quality, timely support to consumers.
Well, I'll tell you what, we just had a meeting last week in Chicago with some of the full-time team members, and they said their words were life-changing, which I loved to hear.
They love it. They don't want to go back. One thing that I think is a real value add from Happitu is that it's extremely flexible. Not just the product itself, but the support behind it, the team behind it. They are very flexible and really have always been willing to kind of meet us where we're at and be very solutions oriented. We've never, we've asked them to do so much for us, and I can't think of a single time where they've come back and said, sorry, you need to just work around our solution. It's always been, we will make sure it works for you, for your organization, for your client base, and that's been tremendously valuable for us. And the result is the team has something that they're very happy to work with because it's set up exactly the way they wanted it. So the team, for good reason, is a big fan.
Prior to Happitu, our process was inefficient, stressful, and didn't really provide the best consumer experience.
First of all, it was inefficient. It was very stressful for the nurse navigators, and it definitely did not provide the best consumer experience that we wanted to provide to our clients. It was a lot of manual work. So those were the challenges that we were facing, not to mention the data aspect of it. And so having the Happitu platform gave us the ability to take all sorts of different success stories and adverse event reporting and consolidate into one platform, which has been absolutely life-changing for our business as well as for our Nurse Navigator program.
One of the main things that our company does is support patients who need to learn more about pharmaceutical products and therapies. That's a complex area. And so our challenge was, how do we find ways to organize and convey complex information to a set of people with a really wide degree of needs and sophistication level. And so it took a lot of work for us to organize our messaging and organize something like a customer profile. And we were not doing that super effectively before we started using Happitu.
Happitu helped us better understand the emotional tone and context behind our user conversations. This helped us get a deeper understanding and directly contributed to our overall user experiences and more tailored support, which is what we're always striving to achieve.
So I can give you one example of there was a recent data hack with United, and that hack impacted pharmacies all across the country. And people were going to their pharmacy and finding out that their copay cards weren't working. And it was all of our clients were affected. It wasn't just one particular. So when we recognized this immediately through the consumer chats that were coming through, we were able to go to the client immediately, our clients immediately, and say, hey, we need an FAQ for this. This is something out of the ordinary.
It has given us more insight into different types of data that we just didn't have access to before. The Happitu team has proprietary metrics that we just wouldn't have without them, that give us more insights into how our interactions are working, and we're able to get out ahead of them, spot problems earlier, and fix them before they become a bigger, more systematic issue.
prior to having the scorecards built for quality monitoring, we did it all manually. So we would pull transcripts and we would physically look at them and say, okay, what can we do differently? How can we coach the nurse navigators? We did the same with our calls, which obviously those transcripts are a lot longer. So it was very tedious and very manual. Now with the scorecards, we're able to have the criteria, a minimum criteria that we set to say, okay, they met all the minimum criteria. Here are a few extra pieces and give me a rating for that nurse navigator. Should I go back to them and do some coaching, or are we good without having to review the chats or the call transcripts, which has saved us probably about 20 hours a month in work or more, depending on how many chats and calls we have. So that's been an absolute time saver as well.
Scorecards help us monitor our compliance requirements and maintain that high standard of service that we hold ourselves to. It also allows us to track performance and identify any areas for improvement for our nurses. And this supports our commitment to delivering consistent and quality support to our customers and users.
For me, it's knowing that the team is humming on all cylinders, basically, as a result of the Happitu implementation. Knowing that I don't have to do the quality monitoring manually has saved a ton of time. The sentiment analysis that we're getting from our interactions, that we're able to go back to the client and say, look at these interactions where we started out with a negative sentiment. The consumer was very frustrated, very upset, and we got them to either a neutral point or a point where they were pleased or satisfied, which is not always easy to do. So for me, I've been able to answer our CS team much faster when they've asked for those success stories, when they have asked for, what are the current trends that we're seeing in this particular client's consumers. I can go right into Happitu, search it, give them the answer, where prior to having this implementation, I would have to dig through a lot of chats, which has really streamlined the process for me.
That streamlined word is kind of like a buzzword for us with Happitu.
My day-to-day experience with Happitu is more on the compliance and quality side. We work in a highly regulated industry, and regulatory compliance is extremely important to us and to our clients. And so, having the ability to go into the dashboards that the Happitu team has set up for us, it's just a huge weight off for me, and it's great to just have that at my fingertips. It's been a great value to me.
Our feedback from the team is unanimous. It's overwhelmingly positive. Anytime we have a new Happitu advancement, our nurses are so excited because it has just made our lives so much easier. So we're very grateful.